And now, sports fans, it's time to turn our attention to the playing field and those sportscasters who give us all the scores, and in this case, a lot more. We open our blooper sportscast with the award-winning network sportscaster Keith Jackson, who had to learn the hard way the difference between prawns, as in shrimp, and pawns, as in, chess pieces.
From the sports world, this is Keith Jackson in Los Angeles on the American Entertainment Network. My name for a buck, the money game for athletes, where the brawny and the skilled become mere prawns for a...
Now, Keith's mistake was an innocent slip of the tongue, but sportscaster Bill Miller, while on KGGF in Coffeyville, Kansas, found himself with a not-so-innocent problem. Too many people in the studio named Dick.
As well as we're capable of playing against a fine Mesa football team.
Okay, Dick, of course we'll have a lot of comments about that game between now and then. I wonder if we could squeeze another Dick in front of the microphone now. And
Whoops! And now here's Charles Homer Bill trying to pay tribute on the air to the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
As we bring you the entire Notre Dame football schedule. Whether the Irish are the immovable, he said for the third time. He's going to say it once more. Immovable body. No, not this time. Immovable body. And their formidable schedule of opponents, the aristocrats. Some days you can't say them at all.
Well, some days none of us can say it at all. Now, in some cases, you're better off not saying it at all. For instance, Ron Feynman found that out during the play-by-play for a local baseball team in Bakersfield, California. Now, Ron didn't exactly have a real clear view of the playing field from the press box, so he called him as he thought he saw.
With him to the windup. Here comes the pitch to Gomez. That's stroked into right field. Right fielder Coughlin moving over to the foul line. Running, dives, and what a catch that is by Kevin Coughlin.
Well, now he quickly realizes the fielder dropped the ball.
Had he made it.
Now, Jerry Coleman ended a very successful baseball career with the New York Yankees to begin a sportscasting career, and a very successful one at that. The bloopers you're about to hear happened on his last day as a network sportscaster, as he was about to begin his job as the play-by-play announcer for the San Diego Padres. Now, Jerry'd been flubbing the name of Coach Gene Bartow during rehearsal, so his director said, "Be sure you get it right on the air." Listen.
So, as Memphis State head basketball coach Gene Bartow said, the Tigers will have to do it a third time, or it'll be the Louisville Cardinals who will carry the Missouri Valley Conference battle in the playoffs.
Oh, he suddenly realized he's blown Gene Bartow's name, and he tries to keep going.
Walker has the lead at 11 under par on the 10th hole in the third round of play. Jerry Hurd is 3 off the pace at 8 under on the 11th. Lee Trevino, Dale Douglas, and Jim Jameson all 7 under with Trevino on the 11th. Douglas on the 12th. That's the sports world. Jerry Coleman in Los Angeles.
Now, Jerry took a lot of kidding from his director about that incident, and he was about to go back on the air with his final broadcast a couple hours later. And his director leaned over his shoulder at the last minute and said, "Now remember, Jerry, this is your last broadcast. For goodness sake, don't blow it this time."
Or it'll be the Louisville Cardinals who will carry the Missouri Valley Conference banner in the NCAA title holders. In the Citrus Open Golf Tournament in Orlando, Florida, Chris Blocker has the lead at 11 under par on the 10th hole in the third round of play. Jerry Hurd is 3 off the pace at 8 under on the 11th. Lee Trevino, Dale Douglas, and Jim Jameson are all 7 under with Trevino on the 11th. Douglas on the 12th. Well, that's it.
You know, of all the sports bloopers we listened to in putting our album together, I think this next one's got to be my favorite. It's from sportscaster Jay Elliott, who gave an entirely new meaning to the phrase, "If at first you don't succeed, try again."
In golf today, Tony Lima shot a 7 under par 64 to win the $57,000 Oklahoma City Open.